Hey guys, this is Dave from dadsRfunny in front of the wonderfully complimentary Dad is a Derp sign that Mary put out for me in Season 8. And I'm going to show you guys the end of Season 8 map tonight. And a few things that we've made, a few small... Whoa, I thought I was in creative mode there for a second. Whoops. A few changes that we've made off camera to kind of speed things up. Really, the only thing we've added major is this... I want to call it a patio, but that's not it. Stables for the horses. And so we moved them over here. We also fixed this fence off camera. Again, you know, just using our whatever small amount of resources required that we had. So it's all legit. And we also removed the dirt here. Again, mainly these are just to kind of avoid some tedious, boring stuff that we'd have to do off camera that we'd otherwise be doing on camera. So... that's kind of the rationale behind that. So we're going to kind of start the episode and talking about, oh, you know, it's been a couple days and blah, blah, blah. And how's it going? And by the way, nice work. And we'll show you guys these small additions. Of course, you're seeing them now. Now, inside, we have one of the major developments in Season 8, which we enjoyed putting together for you guys, which is the dogs. There they all are. Now, notice they've all grown up. One thing to remember about Minecraft, if you don't know already, is that horses and dogs and other animals grow up pretty quickly. Now, I'm not sure about horses, but for dogs, it's about a day. So we've gone ahead and just labeled these guys and put different different colored collars on them to make it a little easier to identify. Name tags for everybody, for all the named characters in the show. Now, that includes, by the way, let me see if I can see his name tag up here. We also put a name tag on Bernard, and we even put a name tag on Lil Mary. So she now officially has a name tag. Let's see. Oh, and there's the Nether Star. That'll probably be the starting point for episode 1 in Season 9, us gathered around the framed Nether Star, reliving that moment in the show. And obviously there's a whole lot of things that we will be exploring and expanding upon in Season 9. The major development, I think, that occurred, well, one of the major developments that occurred in Season 8 was that the evil guy, let me switch this today. Ow was not a valid number. The evil guy kind of rebooted. And as you know, if you've watched MADMA Season 8, in Season 8, Episode 13, we get a little more backstory about the evil guy and where he came from. And also some of Dad's history. And you could see, shockingly, that they are intertwined. Now, you'll know some of this if you've been to the dadsRfunny website. We have this information on the website in terms of some spoilers or hints, if you will. And in addition, you know, at this point, being a little bit more capable in terms of being able to video and let me just turn this off. Being able to edit properly, we're actually now able to show you some of the things I think we couldn't back in Season 2 or Season 3 relating to the evil dude and evil brain guy, butthead, evil butthead. There's all kinds of names for this guy. So now we're back into horse territory again. Now, someone cleverly pointed out that there is a horse in this region that we did not get. And there is, actually. He's right over here. And we did this on purpose because we thought it would be funnier for Dad to have a mule, or a donkey, I should say. And if you look, let me just get down here. There should be a white... There he is, a white horse right there. So, say hello and goodbye to Silver, if you want to call him that, I guess. Just saw that movie. Not the greatest movie in the world, but did showcase New Mexico. We enjoyed that. Oh, you know, one other thing while we're traveling over here, showing you a few more features from Season 8, is that I wanted to say hi to Chris and the Mike, Chris and Carlo and the gang. They gave us a shout out in one of their Feed the Beast episodes, I think number 7. And we got a lot of traffic over here, and so I wanted to return the favor. If you guys are watching this video right now, fans of dadsRfunny, go over to the Chris and Mike channel, say hi Chris, hi Carlo. Ah, it's raining. And tell them hi. We've known them for quite a while now. I actually met Chris and Carlo in Las Vegas at Minecon 2011. Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to get sidetracked here. And let's head over to the old desert temple thingy. We really enjoyed talking to them. Met in person there at Minecon, communicated through emails and various YouTube things that we've done in the past. Oh, there's another horse. Look at that. Okay, excellent. There we go. Now, also, you guys noticed that the spawners here, there's at least one. It's somewhere floating around under this sand. I didn't want to really get into that in the show when I found it. It was all by surprise. But the Lapis here was placed on purpose. Now, one more thing I want to say about Chris and the Mic before we go on to other topics is, like I said, go over there, visit the channel, leave a comment on a video, maybe their discussion page, and say, hey, dadsRfunny sent you. Sent me. Sent me, not you. And say hi to them. All right, now, look at this. This is what looks like an antenna of some sort that in the episode previous, I guess the last episode, episode 13, the evil guy used to communicate to what he called the others. Now, we've talked about the others in past episodes, but never in any episode did you ever see them. The only thing you ever heard was that the evil guy was trying to communicate with them, and he never could find them. He never could communicate with them successfully. Now, since then, now we're into season 8. The evil guy sort of goes all splody when Mary blows him up, and he's sort of rebooted now, sort of a second life, if you will. And he, at least at this point, doesn't seem to remember anything about anything that's happened up till now. He's just sort of rebooted and started from scratch. And so, if you'll remember season 2 and 3, he built a lab, he built a minion, he built experiments to test the human subjects that he found. So you can expect to see some of that possibly being underway in season 9. Although now we kind of have a little bit better capability to show you some of that action along with Mary and Dad and the rest of the gang as they explore. So there we go. We have the temple in the distance. We have this beginning of what looks like possibly a base. And if you'll remember in previous shows, anytime you saw the evil guy in a base, it was made out of lapis. So this is a hint of something that might happen in the future. Now, back to the main part of the map, which I've got some of these coordinates down memorized. We see that, again, we have our traditional elements from the MADMA mid-season, or I should say seasons map, which is this mothership along with the sky bridges. And as you guys know, this is not the original map. A lot of you have asked, who've watched the show from the beginning, when will you ever go back to the original world? And so even though, especially the mothership, I guess probably only the mothership, has survived or moved on from the original map, we don't really have any of the other elements here. This is all new, including this gym and the clubhouse, the water slide, Sass Village in the distance, as well as the monolith, and we're going to head that direction. One of the things that we are working on as far as MADMA Season 9 goes is we're trying to figure out how we're going to work in the new Minecraft update. It's going to severely change maps again, just like has happened before. Probably 3 times, maybe. 2 big ones you probably remember. The addition of jungle biomes in 1.2, as well as the huge change in beta 1.8, which blew out the Mary and Dad seed and was the reason that we left that world. We probably never would have left that world at all had they not changed their map generator. So expect a couple of things. We've sort of tied up to some extent the others, a little bit more about who they are in a couple of references in this last episode and previous episodes. We've also talked about some of the other things that have come and gone in previous episodes, but there are a few loose ends. First of all, the monolith. Expect us to come visit here. And also, Splice, is trying to get back into the simulator, trying to figure out how to get back into the workings of the simulator to be able to contact us and possibly teleport us back home. So expect also to see again in future episodes the sort of cave. I don't want to call it the epic cave. We have an epic cave in the first map, but the epic cave of giant awesomeness, to be correct. But this epic cave, the one that has the works, the underground rail system, the abandoned mine shaft stuff, where the burrito and fish episodes first started, that is something that we're going to be visiting again too, because if you'll remember, Splice was sort of cut off in season 7. Now we're making our way over to this cave, and remember in season 7, Splice builds a sort of teleporter that he hopes he can use. Whoops, got to get a little further to help us get out of the simulator, but it's sort of hijacked by the evil guy who, even though it's not ready to use, goes through it. And then, of course, he breaks it. And now Splice can't get anybody in or out of the simulator and is trying to fix this problem, as well as potentially trap the evil guy if he could do it. Of course, all of that depends on timing. Now, if Mary and Dad revisit this epic cave, expect to see them possibly interact with this teleporter. And, you know, will they make it home? Will we finally get back to that old map? And then if we do, how do we make it home from there? So there's a lot of ifs, ands, buts, and other possibilities that could happen with... Whoops, let me just drop right here. There we go. This is actually where the evil guy popped out. So we could make our way back here and potentially press this button. Now there's a nether portal here, but the idea behind this was not really to have a nether portal, but to have a portal just, you know, interface to the real world. So this button is supposed to transport you through this purple swirly stuff and teleport you home and get us all back to safety. All right, well, that's kind of it for the summary for this map. I mean, there's a lot of features on this map. I've looked at it in MC Edit. It's almost getting to the point now where it's maybe the core of the map is 1500 by 1500, and there's edges that go out to be about roughly a 2000 by 2000 block, not completely filled in, of course. And again, that brings us to one final point, which is that when 1.7 comes out, that's going to change the way maps are generated. So we may, in fact, have sort of a third map that will be the bridge back home eventually, or back to here and then back to home, depending on how all this works out. But, you know, we're enjoying the show. We enjoy making the show. We don't plan on ending it anytime soon. So the idea for us is to keep sort of exploring this world, exploring new worlds. And you might see, if we do end up in a new world, some of these things, like Sass Village, maybe coming along for the ride. So we're not quite sure how we're going to do that. And that's one reason why we don't have a definitive date on Season 9. Hopefully there'll be more info on snapshots. But that's the end of our Season 8 map journey. Feel free to download the map at dadsRfunny.com. Just go over there and click the Downloads tab and scroll down to the Season 8 end map. I guess you could also sort of call this the Season 9 start map. That's probably more appropriate because it does have a few of these things that we've added. Again, not much, just a few things to kind of allow us to kind of get on the road again without having to spend a whole lot of time building. But that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. And like I said, go over to Chris and the Mike's channel, spelled just like it sounds, M-I-K-E at the end. Chris and the Mike, say hi to Chris and Carlo. Tell them we sent you to them, and tell them hi, and you'll probably like what you see when you get there. They have a lot of awesome videos that the family can enjoy. And oh, one other thing, guys, now that I'm back in survival mode safely, I wanted to tell you about is that the other sort of minor thing that we've done is modify some of the chests. A few of our chests were getting a little bit over full, so we've left all those chests kind of where they were, but some of them we expanded and some of them we divided. Give you an example, we have food and future food. You could see future food is stuff you really can't eat directly, but it's typically used for recipes. And same for the cooked foods and fruits. We have fruits, like, I don't know, fruits, grains, and meats. I feel like I'm like in charge of a cafeteria now. But we have all the different areas there in the food. I'm thinking maybe this shouldn't go here. Sugarcane. I guess you can't eat sugarcane directly. I guess that would be more appropriate over here. Plant material. So we have plant material. Yeah, actually I'll put that back. But anyway, we have dyes, plant material, or material to make dyes. We don't have a whole lot of it, but we also have some stuff that we scavenged, if you remember, from the temple. I'm just going to go ahead and put that back. And we've taken the cobble and dirt, put that in its own, divided everything else out that's blocks over here, plus halves, steps, and plates. Really just to kind of give us more room to expand. These are basically crafted items that are not simple wooden items. So we could divide those into 2 camps. Built this out a little bit more. Got a little more room to grow here. We should probably combine some of these to make better tools. You know, you can repair those in a crafting table. And minerals and metals, we double that up. Plenty of room here for more stuff when we get a chance to burn it. Smelt it, I should say. Also, we've taken the supplies, the few supplies that we've gotten that are directly related to sort of mining via minecarts and other activities that are similar. Put those together with the redstone and also some of these more what I call special or unique items. Also, our map that we got from the evil guy, or not from the evil guy, but around where he's had his house. And then we also took the original piece of paper from episode 10, Note in a Bottle. We've been carrying that around ever since in the Mothership. So I went ahead and just called it, gave it a name, so that we could keep that separate from the paper that we have. We have several sheets of paper. And then our Dropbox, which we've emptied off camera with all the junk that was in here. And then to wrap it up, we'll start where we end, I should say, where we started, which is right here with the Nether Star. But we framed that, and we'll probably make that the focal point for the beginning of the new season. Okay, well, that's a wrap, guys. Thanks for participating in MADMA, watching, viewing, commenting, suggesting. It's been great. A few of you have also participated in it. Ron, I want to give a special thanks to Ron Smalik and also Felonious the Wizard, who's been our narrator. You've seen Ron, of course, in a lot of the Flint and Steel episodes that we've had, and he's also helped us with map ideas and other things throughout time. So thanks to him, and I guess that's a wrap for tonight. And remember, you could download this map on dadsRfunny.com. Just go to dadsRfunny.com and click the Downloads tab, and you'll be ready to go. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.